Annabelle Hodder was 14 when her therapist, Matthew Rounds, started to sexually abuse her. He paid her for sexual acts, made her bring her friends, other girls, to a motel in Indiana. And last year, Annabelle took her own life. She was just 21 years old, and these are the news from a few days ago.
The lawsuit names her former therapist, Matthew Rounds, and 2 institutions where he worked, Insight Psychological Centers and Chicago Psychological Health and Wellness.
So, you'd think cases like this would make the Illinois board take sexual abuse seriously, right? Wrong. Meet Chad Alcorn, one of the stars of this page. Sexual misconduct with 2 patients that we know of. The board itself said he posed imminent danger to the public. His license got suspended, not revoked. He could theoretically go back to seeing patients in 3 years. Then there's William Vestring, another story we covered here before. He's licensed in Ohio as well, and there he admitted to sexually assaulting a client, a minor girl, according to one of our followers. Illinois just rubber-stamped Ohio's decision. Listen to this, his punishment, ethics classes, while he continues seeing clients. And Oliver Williams, reprimanded in Illinois after allegedly making a sexual advance on a client during a telehealth session. Yet another slap on the wrist. Back to Minnesota, where Matthew Rounds was practicing up until literally a few days ago. Same story. Mary Catherine Bell, repeated sexual behavior with a client, license suspended, not revoked. Terry Post, alleged boundary crossing with minors. Now he's barred from treating minors, but can still see adults. Now you, as an adult, do you want a therapist who's only working with you because he's banned from treating kids? Here's where I'm beyond enraged. Out of 32 therapists disciplined in Illinois this year, 23 were for failing to file taxes and other fraud. Are you telling me there are more tax cheaters than abusers? Or does Illinois just care more about money than protecting clients? Another issue that drives me bananas is the endless panic right now about AI therapists and AI psychosis, how dangerous they are for teens. But where's the data on human therapists driving people to take their own lives? We have zero public statistics on how many lives human therapists have destroyed. In fact, we reached out to Illinois and several other states, and they refused to tell us how many complaints they receive every year and how many cases get closed with no punishment. I live in New York, where there are over 100,000 licensed therapists, and I can tell you that the board here punishes between 0 and 5 therapists every month. This doesn't make any sense. Here's how the system protects itself. When a client hurts themselves or dies, it's always blamed on mental illness, the same diagnosis the therapist gave them. The abuser just says, oh, it's a pre-existing condition, and they can just walk free. Being a therapist is the perfect job for an abuser. They get free access to vulnerable people. Does that mean all therapists are unsafe? Of course not. But they have way too much power, and most of them are not aware of the power dynamics in the so-called therapeutic relationship. Master's programs do not teach that at all. We need to get a lot angrier. First step, demand your state release board complaint data. They won't give it up easily, and that's how you know it matters.